Hi guys, this is a bit of a different way to introduce my channel. So I'm currently on the 7 days self-isolate, if you like. And I just thought I'd come on and give you all an update on the big, crazy coronavirus. What is actually going on? So today is the 14th of March. So I've kind of been feeling unwell for around 5 days now. It started like with aching in my ear. I also felt like I was swallowing razor blades, that like my throat was just killing. And then came the cough. So as you know, the cough is the big thing around the corona. I just got on with it. I've got, like I live on my own with my 2 kids. There's nothing much that I can do other than just get on with it, literally. But it got to the point yesterday where people's been saying to me, like, 'cause I have asthma as well, and people's been saying, you do need to phone 111. So I phoned him. If you're not in the UK, 111 is the National Health Service. They're absolutely amazing. They're there to help us, and I can't praise them enough, really. So I gave them a call, and literally, as soon as you get put through to the 111, everything is to do with the corona. All the questions direct it all towards the corona. Anyway, towards the end of the 111 call, it's kind of like 2 options. You get one option is if you are over 65 with the corona symptoms, then press number 1. And then it says for everyone else, so that's a huge category, everyone else press 2. So I pressed 2, got put through to this lovely guy. We had a joke. We started saying how he's got the voice of someone that could be phoning people saying, have you been in a car accident in the last 30 days? Random, I know. But yeah, I got through to him and he was really nice. And he basically just said, stay at home. That is literally it. He said, I explained I'd have had a fever, but it's not so much here now. I'm kind of burning up as I'm actually doing this, but it kind of comes and goes. I then said about my cough, and I did say that it's I said it's almost been like 5 or 6 days. So for the 7 days isolation, I can't see it going by then because it's not getting better. It did say that the cough can kind of stay and mingle around for a little bit after the virus or whatever it is has gone. So do I have coronavirus? Who knows? I may have, I may not have. Either way, I've got cold, flu, or the corona. Whatever it is, it's really taking its toll on me. As you can probably hear, you can see, like, I've not even brushed my hair today. That's really disgusting. I've not got dressed. I'm still in my pyjamas. And I've just got no energy, But I thought I'd also come on to just say, like, people need to stop panic buying. I just don't understand. Like, my mum said she's just been to Lidl and there's literally no pasta and pasta sauce at all in Lidl. Everyone's been buying pasta because it lasts so long, and I'm just thinking, what, and also, like, all these elderly people that are able to buy online, they don't know much about it. Like, they just need to bob to Lidl to get some pasta maybe for tea. And now they're left with no food either, and toilet roll. It's just ridiculous, guys. We literally need to stop panic buying. We need to think about everyone else in this situation. Like, I'd like to say, I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I don't have it. All I do know is I don't feel well. I also thought I'd just give you a quick like rundown on the NHS site. This is like the updated COVID-19 overview. I'm literally on it now. So it says, this is the stay-at-home advice. So this is for me. So COVID-19 is a new illness that can affect your lungs and airways. Now, bear in mind, I have asthma. I did tell the gentleman this on the phone, and he still said it's fine. Literally, just stay at home, do what you're doing, water, etc. It's fine. So I have asthma, not to worry. It's caused by the virus called the coronavirus. So it says stay at home if you have coronavirus symptoms for 7 days. So one is high temperature. If you feel hot to touch or on your chest or your back, stay at home. That's one of the symptoms. I did have this, I don't know more. And then it's a new continuous cough. This means you've started coughing repeatedly. Now, again, I have this continuous cough, but it's also like coming from my chest. So like there's things that if it's coming from your chest, that's just a chesty cough caused from a cold, not the corona. But I mean, do you know, I just see it as at the end of the day, whether you've got a cold, a flu or the corona, all the symptoms are the same and kind of all the recovery is the same. Stay at home, have rest, have water and have painkillers, and that is literally the same. So it says use the NHS online coronavirus service if you feel that you cannot cope with your symptoms at home. So one of the questions they did ask me is, can I watch telly fine? Am I still okay to watch telly? And I don't actually watch telly. I'm sure I'm fine. If I wanted to switch on, I'm going to say Jerry Mikhail, but I don't even think he's on no more. That's how much I don't watch telly. I'm sure I could if I wanted to. Also, if your condition gets worse. And also, if your symptoms do not get better after 7 days. So today is March the 14th, and I believe it's around my 6th day. So as you can see, as you can hear how I am right now, I don't think I'm going to be better by the end of tomorrow, which is the 7th day. Am I going to phone up? No, probably not, because like normal colds, like normal flus, it'll just go in its own time, you know. So how the coronavirus is spread. So because it's a new illness, we do not know exactly how coronavirus spreads from person to person. Similar viruses are spread in cough droplets. So this is obviously why you have to self-isolate, so to kind of prevent everyone from getting it. It did say on the phone, if I have to go out, which I live on my own with children, of course I have to go out and get milk and things we need to live on, as long as they're still in the shops that are going. It said to stay around 3 feet away from people. So that's something else which is good to bear in mind. So how to avoid catching or spreading the coronavirus. So this is kind of common sense, I guess, but wash your hands with soap and water often. So you do this for at least 20 seconds. This is something which I didn't realise you meant to do it for this long until all this like kind of blew up. So it's 20 seconds long you have to wash your hands for. Always wash your hands when you get home or into work. So obviously like the travelling part in between, you know, it's out there, it's available to get. Make sure you wash your hands to and from work. Use hand sanitizer gel if soap and water are not available. I want to point out, use hand sanitizer if it's available to buy. That's something else that people have been panic buying, and it's not fair because you don't need 20 tubs of that, hun. You've got one pair of hands. You don't need 20 tubs. Think about someone that's got no tubs and wants to go and buy it. You know, we need to start thinking about other people. I've got two. I've got around 2 in my house. So I've actually got one next to me now with me just being on the sofa and not well. And then the kids have got one as well that they keep using. So I wash my hands and I also sanitize as well. So cover your mouth and nose with a tissue or your sleeve and not your hands when you cough and sneeze. Have I just literally said a rhyme? Again, I think this is kind of something common sense. If you cough or sneeze and use your hands, then all the germs are just going straight onto your hands. You know, maybe not available immediately straight after. So I always just use my sleeve. Put used tissues in the bin immediately and wash your hands afterwards. Common sense again, but I'm sure there'll be people that don't do it. We don't want to see tissues stockpiling anywhere because that is literally just a bag of germs getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And then the last on the do list is try to avoid contact with people who are unwell. So as I was saying, when I called the NHS helpline, the two options either were everyone else or over 65. So as it says on here, people who are unwell, so definitely stay away from them. And people over 65, I feel like their immune system's not able to fight it as well as the younger ones are. And then there's literally just one don't, and that is, do not touch your eyes, nose or mouth if your hands are not clean. So there's also a bit of travel advice on this website. So it says there are some countries and areas where there's a higher chance of coming into contact with someone with the coronavirus. If you're planning to travel abroad and are concerned about corona, and then it gives you like a little link. So if you are going away, I suggest you go on this NHS site that I am on and click that link. It has been on the news as well that today 2 planes have set off from England to go to Spain, full of tourists, and they've had to turn around halfway because the Spanish government has refused to have the planes land in their country. So if you are flying, double check all sorts, not just about booking a holiday, which I won't be booking an holiday just yet anyway, huns. So treatment for coronavirus, there is currently no specific treatment for coronavirus. Antibiotics do not help. Now, this is the only reason why I phoned yesterday, just because I thought it's been 5 days now, maybe I do need antibiotics, but there's nothing at all at home, as there isn't for cold or a flu. So antibiotics do not help. They do not work against viruses, which is kind of common sense, I guess, but I just felt I needed reassurance. It says the treatment aims to relieve the symptoms while your body fights the illness. So I'm guessing that just means they did tell me to just take paracetamol, ibuprofen, that kind of thing, and water. So you'll need to stay in isolation, away from other people until you have recovered. So I don't really know what that means. So it says I'm on the 7-day self-isolation, but like I said, tomorrow's going to be my 7th day. Do I feel like I'll be better? No, I don't. So do I stay? Am I allowed out tomorrow? Do I have to stay in until I feel better? It's not clear. I mean, we're not thick. We know what a flu is. Flu's nothing new. People die from the flu every year. We know how to look after ourselves, look after people around us, and we just need to keep on doing that. We need to stop panic buying, and we need to think about the elderly as well when they're needing to go to the supermarket to get things. So this is how my past 5 days have been. So I've got strepsils, but now my nose and my mouth have literally formed this smell. I can't taste a thing at all, and there's just like this smell and taste going through my sinuses. This is really disgusting. So I don't really need strepsils no more, I suppose, but they're there. Then I've got paracetamol and ibuprofen. As you may or may not know, you can take 2 of these at a time, adults I'm talking about, and then alternate them every 2 hours. So you can have paracetamol every 4 hours, but in between that you can take ibuprofen. And then the obvious one, water. Make sure you keep yourself hydrated, and also to help flush the virus out. I'm no medical professional. I'm just someone that's sick on the sofa in self-isolation, and someone who has phoned the NHS helpline to see what they can do and what they advise. So I just thought I'd come on here and let you know, because it's not all about fun and glamour and shopping hauls. This is the true side to life. I just want to advise anyone, if you do form any kind of temperature, a cough, even if it's just a cold, mine might be just a cold, you just need to self-isolate, and hopefully you'll be back to your feet as soon as possible. Right, guys, that's it from me. I was thinking, should I need to do like an update, but hopefully I'm going to be all right soon. I have been updating how I've been on my Instagram, so follow my Instagram if you want to keep an eye on me. It's very kind if you do want to keep an eye on me and check on me. But yeah, so I'm sorry about this different video, but I just wanted to show all aspects of my life, because I do vlog it and put it out there. So thank you so much for watching, and if you're unwell, I am sending lots of love to you and hope you feel better soon. Bye.